What's wrong with your favorite celebrities this week? Like, seriously, it is so much going on. It is so much chaos that is going on social media right now. As I am sitting here recording this, there has probably been a brand new batch of things that have happened, okay? But let's talk about a few things. I am Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are here for Look at This Here, Volume 11. Look at This Here is basically my pop culture videos where I give my reactions and opinions on top stories. It's not to, go detail for detail, bar for bar with what has been in the news, but just to give my reaction, my opinion on how that type, how I feel that things went. Okay. So first things first. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Super, super close to the 20,000 subscribers, which was my goal for this year. I think I'm like 140 subscribers away. So if you haven't, please do me that favor and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get into this, y'all. First things first, Papa Diddy Pop. Okay, Diddy is once again back in the news. We're once again talking about Diddy. He's losing more endorsements. He's losing more deals. He has now lost his Hulu show. So I don't know if you guys remember or if you even knew, but Diddy was, he shopped around a reality show with him and all of his children that was going to be on Hulu. So the show initially got the green light, and it has now since been pulled in light of all of the mess that he has going on. Y'all know Diddy is maintaining his innocence. It's not seeming as if he is innocent, but that's what he is maintaining. So more deals have been lost. He's losing more sponsorships. Like, life is just not lifing the way that it once was for Papa Diddy Pop. Okay? Next up, Draymond Green. Okay, y'all know who Draymond is? So Draymond Green plays for the Golden State Warriors, okay? He's a decent player. I'm not going to say he's good. I'm not going to say he's bad, but he's a decent player. He has 4 rings. He's played, okay? He's not like a bench player. He's earned every bit of the 4 rings that he has. Draymond is a dirty player. We have all known this. Draymond is known for kicking men, for punching men, for pushing people, for taking cheap shots. When they're going up for dunks and they're coming down, we have seen him grab people out the air and throw them down. We have seen this man trip others. Like, you can't do that. This is not wrestling. I believe it was Tuesday night, either Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, Draymond were playing against the Phoenix Suns. We were like in the third quarter. I was actually watching the game, but they were in the third quarter, and Draymond is, I forgot the person's name. Let me see if I can. Okay, Yusuf Nurkic. Okay, so he's guarding Draymond. And Draymond, you know how they grab jerseys, they pull. That's what they do. It's defense. I play basketball. It's defense, right? So Draymond, trying to get loose, swings his whole body, turns around and punches this man using this part of the arm, okay? Hits him on the side of the head. Yusuf falls down. Draymond obviously gets a foul. They turn it into a flagrant 2, which, if you know the rules of the NBA, is an automatic ejection from the game. This is not the first time this has happened with Draymond. This is Draymond's third ejection from this season. I don't even think it's been 30 games yet. He has been ejected 3 times. The first time that I remember is when he choked Rudy Gobert for a fight that Rudy wasn't even in. So Draymond has been suspended indefinitely from the league. Here's the thing. I feel like the NBA has played in everybody's face by allowing Draymond to still be in the league anyways. Draymond is a menace. This man is unhinged because he does these things where he's kicking these men in the nuts. He's tripping people. Like, you can seriously injure some of these multi-million-dollar faces of the NBA. I remember he poked LeBron in the eye. Like, we have seen him just do some stupid, boneheaded, idiotic shit, right? So He gets suspended, and of course after the game he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. No, 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 no. Because Draymond does this over and over. Anytime he gets caught doing something, it turns into, oh, I didn't even mean to do it. It was an accident. No, it wasn't. It wasn't an accident. You meant to do it. You clearly have anger problems. You clearly are a very unhinged man. I blame you for Smile Direct. Smile Direct went under. He was the spokesperson, as if we're supposed to believe this multi-million-dollar man is treating himself to braces and not going to a legitimate, like, in-person orthodontist. But nonetheless, so Draymond has been suspended indefinitely. I don't think anybody feels a way about this, probably outside of him. He's required to meet some certain league and team conditions before he's able to return to the team. I say kick his ass out the league and be done with it. He's like a new age Ron Artest that just nobody likes. Nobody likes Draymond. Not one person. Hell, his own coach, Steve Kerr, the coach of the Golden State Warriors, said he agrees with it and says that it was the right decision. So, like, what are we really doing here? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Adele don't want y'all singing her music. So, okay, we all know Adele, right? I'm a huge Adele fan. I have all of Adele's music on vinyl. I don't want to see her in person, but I'm a huge Adele fan. So Adele came out and said she does not like when people cover her songs. She said that she's not particularly fond of it because other singers don't have the same relation to the songs as her. I can agree with that, right? She then went on to explain that with my music and whoever listens to it, I think I'm not the best singer in the world at all, because some people were like, the audacity, she can't even sing. She telling y'all she ain't. But she feels that no one else can sing her songs like her because she didn't write them. I won't even say it's because they didn't write them. I think it's that Adele just has a certain sound to her voice that not many people can mimic. You know what I mean? Like, there are songs that Beyonce, Love on Top. I don't think anybody can sing that song like Beyonce. You know what I mean? Mariah Carey. There are certain songs that Mariah can sing that other people outside of Ariana Grande can't. Whitney Houston, I Will Always Love You. People can't sing like her. Toni Braxton, unless you're Tamar, can't cover, you know what I mean? So, like, there are numerous people that have put out songs that people just can't sound like them. So I don't feel a way, personally. I don't feel a way when Adele says this, but there have been a number of people that have covered some Adele songs that people took offense to. So they list Bruno Mars, I guess Adele, which I do love the song All I Ask. Adele and Bruno wrote that song together. I had no idea. Nobody told me. So they're saying that Bruno did a good job with covering that song. I know that Aretha Franklin has covered, was it Rolling in the Deep? Ariana Grande did Rolling in the Deep. I feel like that's not as good. I'm going to have to go listen to that. John Legend did Rolling in the Deep. I feel like that's probably not as good. Demi Lovato did Hello. I'm going to have to listen to Demi's. But I just kind of feel like I don't know why people made a big deal about this. You know what I mean? Like, in the age of today, why are we covering other people's songs anyways? You know what I mean? Not a sample, just a flat out cover of the song. Why are we still doing that in 2023? I don't have a problem with Adele saying this. I don't. What do y'all feel about this? Y'all think Adele is being dramatic? Do you guys think that Adele is well within her rights to feel like, hey, I wrote the song, can't nobody sing it like me? Or y'all think that she doing too much? I know Selena Johnson has something to say about it. Selena, nobody's covering your music, Selena. So, girl, the audacity. Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, I'm going to say now. I'm not getting into the particulars, the nitty-gritty details of everything that has happened with Megan this week. All right. We give a quick overview of what I know. Megan, we know the whole Tory situation. Half the world believes that Tory is innocent. Half the world believes that Tory is guilty. Half the world thinks that Megan is telling the truth. Half the world thinks that Megan is lying. I believe Megan, personally, okay? I think Tory is in jail. I think Tory deserves to be in jail. People that are screaming free Tory because he have kids, it's a lot of people in prison with kids, okay? That's just my particular take on it. So Megan has reemerged with a song called Cobra. In that song Cobra, which came out maybe a month ago, if it's been that long ago, she hints that that a previous boyfriend cheated on her in her own bed, and I don't know if she's saying that she caught him, but that's what she said happened. Now, because the last man that we know Megan to be linked to is Pardison Fontaine, everybody assumed it was about Party. He was dragged to and fro, up and down, all around, through the social media streets for weeks. Megan said not a word. Not one word did Megan say to clear it up and say it's not Party. Party came out. He made a complete diss song against Megan. I am of the belief that if you started it, he finished it, right? Megan did only do one quick line. He did a whole song. I kind of feel like if you're going to jump in and you're going to jump bad with it, then that's just what happens. So he made this whole song. Again, half the people feel it's warranted. These are typically the people that do not like Megan because they think that she's lying. The other half of the people feel that Party did too much. I don't think he did too much. I don't. If I'm a rapper and I can really rap, and somebody throws a slug at me, I'm going to throw a diss right back at you. Because let's think about this. How many rap beefs have we seen over time that have started from a small bar, a small sub, that has turned into full-blown diss songs? Takeover, Ether. There are full-blown diss songs. I just found out that Lotto Put It on the Floor is a diss song against Nicki Minaj. I said, is it? I guess. So, people make full-blown diss songs. I don't see an issue with this. Megan, however, gets on her Instagram Live, and she's saying that why y'all assume it's Party ain't even say it was his name. But you didn't say it wasn't. And that's my issue with Megan. I don't think that she's the forever victim, but I do think that Megan has a tendency to kind of do the woe is me to kind of get the public back on her side. If you don't want to talk about the shooting anymore, stop. Don't talk about it. You won the case, or the state won the case. You won. The person that you say shot you is in jail. Why are you still talking about it? Move on with life. And yes, I get it. Her mom died. I think her grandmother died. She said all these things. In the song, she talks about, wanting to take herself out and all this other type of stuff. And I get it. I'm sympathetic to everybody that has a mental health struggle. I am. Pound for pound, wholeheartedly. However, I do feel like Meg is throwing a rock and hiding her hand. You had every opportunity to say that verse, that bar, whatever, was not about Party, and you didn't. So now that Party is doing interviews and talking about you, and now that Party made this diss song and talking about you, now you want to say, oh, he's doing too much because I wasn't even talking about him. Well, why didn't you clear it up? You get on Twitter and tweet everything else. You know how to use Instagram Live now. Stop it. Stop it. You started something, Party finished it. Hell, you're a rapper, write a diss song about him. How do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think Party is doing too much by doing all these interviews and the songs? I don't. This is his album rollout. This is what he's working to do. This is what he wants to do right now. Who are we to tell this man how he should and should not promote his album? I feel like, Meg, you brought this on yourself. You made you threw something at him. If it wasn't about him, the moment that party started trending, because let's be real, these celebrities, y'all can act like these celebrities do not see, what's going on in the blogs and stuff like that. They do. They know everything. Some web results. I can show them if you ask again from your iPhone. Siri, no. Scared the shit out of me. But like we can act like these celebrities don't know what's going on social media, but they do. They're more in tune than people want to admit. They are. They just are. So then we have I don't even know why I put this Kanye in here. Kanye. Louis Vuitton Don. Jesus, if you will. So Kanye West. He got into it with Nick. Not even got into it with Nikki. So Kanye is working on this album called Vultures, okay? It's sad because I used to be a huge Kanye fan. But Kanye went off the deep end, right? He's doing too much. Music ain't quite the same anymore. Apparently, Nikki did a song with Kanye for, was it the Yeezus album? I'm trying to think of his album covers. Might have been Yeezus. So she did a verse for a song called New Body. We found out at that time Kanye sent that verse back to her 2 or 3 times because he didn't like it, kept having her change it. He finally agreed to it. They filmed the video, and then he released the version without her. This is something that Kanye has done in recent years. And when I say recent, I mean within the past 10 years or so. He has done this to these people, where he begs you to work with him. He gets a verse from you. You think that he's going to put it on the album. He doesn't. Somehow, the song leaks. People hear the version with this other artist on it. We think it's better. Kanye feels a way about it, right? So he released the version without Nikki on there. Now, Nikki just put out the Pink Friday 2. She's in the middle of like a huge album rollout. Like she's doing a lot for this. I haven't listened to the whole album, but the songs that I've listened to, I enjoy. I think it's cool. I'm a Nikki fan though. So I kind of feel like I know what to expect out of people. People that are expecting Nikki to rap about all these like different things than what she has been, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So he tweeted or posted a screenshot of a text message asking Nikki if she can clear the sample. Nikki was, I guess, doing Queen Radio or she was live, and she said, no, that ship is past. That train has sailed. That's in the past. I am in the middle of a brand new album rollout, right? Pink Friday 2 just came out like last week. So Nikki is saying, I'm not getting ready to do that because that's dead and gone. Why would I give clearance to something from 3 years ago? People attacked her. People are on Kanye's side. And, Nikki, your new music is trash and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, y'all. Nobody has to approve anything they don't want to. Okay? Like, just for starters, right? So if Nikki they worked together 3 years ago, and I guess Kanye scrapped it, Nikki must have got her verse back, or however this happens, but she's not giving clearance for this. So then we find out that, I guess, remember, Kanye was, we thought he was sampling the Backstreet Boys. Come to find out, they didn't give clearance either. So we just saw this rant that I literally just saw of Kanye. Yes, Jules. Random, but Yes Jules was wherever Kanye is recording this album that is supposed to be out today, but he's out recording this album and they're in the studio and he goes on a tirade, okay? Talks about how, F Adidas, F Balenciaga, F Louis Vuitton, he's mad that these are deals that have broken ties with him or that would not sign him on. We know that he's mad he didn't get Virgil's job at Louis Vuitton. That went to Pharrell. He starts talking about how people aren't supporting him. And he begins to get anti-Semitic again, while not fully grasping and understanding why things aren't working out for him. You have blackballed yourself in the industry, sir. You are a social pariah. Nobody that's worth a damn is gonna work with you because one, you're unpredictable, and two, you're chaotic. You know what I mean? Do I think that Nikki's thinking of that in the back of her head? She might be. I'm sure in the Backstreet Boys, or hell, maybe the Backstreet Boys have somebody Jewish in their families. Maybe some of them are Jewish. I don't know the Backstreet Boys history like that. While he's going on this once again rant, he apologizes to Drake. We know that Drake is Jewish. Said he's going to get a tattoo. It's so much. It's so much. Then he starts talking about how he couldn't see his kids and all this other stuff. And it's like Kanye. I feel like whenever Kanye feels that he's losing in the public, he knows that an easy target is Kim. So what he does is he brings up the kids. I can't see my kids because now some of y'all simple-minded ass people are going to immediately go and attack Kim Kardashian. Oh, she's keeping the kids away from Kanye. This is what he does. I expect some type of tirade from Kanye about Kim within the next 24 hours. He then goes on to talk about how from his accident, we all know that Kanye had a huge accident, and that's where Through the Wire came from. His wire was literally wired shut. He is saying from that near fatal car accident, he turned bipolar and showed signs of autism. That is not how that works. That is not how that works. I don't believe that you turn autistic. You don't all of a sudden pop up on the spectrum. And I could be wrong. I'm sure y'all will let me know if I'm wrong. But I am fairly certain. I'm fairly certain that you don't just all of a sudden one day you get in a car accident and now you're autistic. So, that's Kanye. Then the camera gets cut because he's mad at Yes Jules because she's talking. The camera gets cut. I don't think Vultures is coming. It's such a shame because I was such a huge Kanye fan, y'all. Like, I think College Dropout is phenomenal. Dark Twisted Fantasy is great. Hell, Life of Pablo is great. But it's like Kanye he's just. I don't even know what to say. He's just. You know what I mean? So, my God. Johnathan Majors. All I want to talk about was Johnathan, so some text messages and some audio got released. I'm not going to play it. But some text messages and some audio got released between him and this lady, Miss Jabari, who is his ex-girlfriend. Okay? One of the more publicized clips, if you will, has been a audio clip of an argument between Johnathan Majors and Miss Jabari from September of 2022, in which he tells her that she needs to be of a certain mindset to support him, okay? He's looking for like a Coretta Scott King to Martin Luther King Jr. and like a Michelle Obama to a Barack. So Johnathan Majors is telling this white lady, I need you ma'am, to be more like Michelle Obama. I need you to be more like Coretta Scott King. Let me tell y'all this. Johnathan Majors is now dating very loosely and parading making good around because he wants to get back into the good graces of all the black people who were kind of shocked that he was dating this white heifer. And this is why black men, be careful when you get involved with these white women. Yes, I'm going to say it because we end up with situations like this. So we finally get to see the video. Yes, Johnathan is picking her ass up and he's putting her into the car. Now, was he putting her into the car kind of rough? Absolutely, right? Does it look like she hit her head? Sure. But what happens after that is what is confusing to me. So Johnathan tries to get away from her. right? He's trying to get away from her. She's pulling on him. She's pulling on him. He takes off running like fucking Usain Bolt, and she is chasing him. They ran for blocks on blocks on blocks. Like, why are you chasing? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. What's her name? Is her name Grace Jabari? Is her name Grace? What's her name? Miss Jabari. I feel like it's Grace. Yes. So here's the thing, Grace. When Johnathan called the police on you, he ended up getting arrested because black man, white woman, we know how that goes. When it seems like you were antagonizing him, and we don't know what happened that caused him to kind of try to throw her back in the car. So I'm not saying that in that moment he didn't do anything wrong, but when he is trying to leave, he is literally trying to get away from you. You are chasing him. So what part of you were scared? What part of you were scared? So in some of these text messages, we see Johnathan saying, I fear you have no perspective of what could happen if you go to the hospital. They will ask you questions, and as I don't think you actually protect us, it could lead to an investigation if you do lie and they suspect something. So these are text messages that happened before the incident that we all saw. Johnathan Majors goes on to tell her last night, I consider taking myself out versus coming home, and I will probably take myself out. It's not contemplating anymore. I'm a monster, a horrible man, not capable of love. I am killing myself soon. I've already put things in motion. Here's the thing. We know that from what these text messages show, Johnathan Majors is, he's a narcissist, right? He's a narcissist that thought he saw a nice little innocent white woman that he would be able to take advantage. But history has shown us that that is not how that often happens, right? Because in the eyes of the law, as in we saw in this situation, even though the black man was calling the police for assistance because this white heifer is running after him and chasing him down the street, even though he's the one calling for assistance, when the police get there, they arrest him. They arrest him. This is just throw the whole thing away. Throw everybody away. Then you have Megan Good, who clearly just don't know what she wants out of life. So they're sitting up in the courtroom crying during closing arguments. Why? Megan, I guess my whole thing is, after reading the text messages, seeing the footage, hearing all this stuff, how can Megan Good, in good conscience, in a clear mind, with a modicum of common sense, how could you think that this is somebody that you should continue to involve yourself with? Since you are going to all these court cases with him, this is the same man that you had a braid just sticking out like this, and he didn't even think to tuck it under. How do y'all feel about this? How do y'all feel about this Johnathan Majors, Grace Jabari situation? Who do y'all think is wrong? I think Johnathan Majors is proven to be a narcissistic ass, because threatening to unalive yourself to keep somebody from going to the doctor or going to the hospital is trash. It's trash. But at the same time, Grace, you are not innocent. You can't chase somebody and then tell the police that you were being assaulted. That's not how that works. You were chasing him. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all feel about it. And then finally this. All right. So this is still going on right now, right? So while I'm talking about this, there could be new developments. The stuff I'm talking about is as far as I know, okay? Cardi B let us know, well, start from jump. Earlier this week, Blueface alleged that Krishan slept with Offset, okay? Offset very quickly denied that, said that did not happen. Krishan denied it, said it did not happen. Blueface put out a date and said, "Ain't this it?" Social media found out that Chrisean and Offset were at the same party. Okay. We then get this TikTok festival situation. Both Cardi and Offset were both at and performed. From the pictures that I saw, it does not look like they were together at all. So, like, I don't remember seeing them in any pictures together. Maybe I just missed them. Cardi goes live that night and is on her Instagram, and she lets us know that she has been single, or that she doesn't care, and she is single, has been single for a while. She said that she's, excited to move on with life. And, as of right now, her and Offset are done. Okay? We fast forward. Offset is at his birthday party, which was last night. He looks very pensive, or he could have been on an upper or downer, whatever. But he doesn't look excited. He doesn't look happy like we have typically seen Offset. I don't know what happened between last night at the party and this afternoon, okay? But Cardi gets on Twitter and says, "MFers will try you when you at your lowest and your most vulnerable time. You out here feeling yourself, but trust me, the tables turn." She then adds Offset and said, "You bitch ass nigga, and trust me, I'ma fucking take it there." Oh, you a bitch ass nigga, excuse me. You a bitch ass nigga. So I don't know if Offset said anything back to her. I feel like everything starts to move real fast. Cardi gets on to her Instagram. She goes live and she is crying and yelling hysterically about this man, right? So she's crying, she's yelling. She's saying that Offset is a bitch ass man, said that he's failed at life. She's done everything. She's been trying. She's been holding him down. Said his album was whack, doing a lot, right? Here's my thing with Cardi. While I think Cardi's music is great, I think Cardi, Invasion of Privacy, I have the vinyl. I think that is one of the best female rap albums that we've had in years. Like years. I can play Invasion of Privacy from the rooter to the tutor, okay? I can play that album from start to finish. But I think that Cardi lives too much of her life on social media. And I have always said this. Anything that happens, Cardi runs to Twitter. Cardi runs to Instagram. We have seen Cardi lash out at her fans. We have seen Cardi lash out at Nicki Minaj, which she does in this instance. We have seen Cardi lash out at just everybody. Cardi is self-imploding, right? Cardi would have the support of the world if she filed for divorce, said it was irreconcilable differences because of infidelity, and she would have everybody's support, right? You finally left this man that's been cheating on you and playing in your face for years. But Cardi chooses to get on Instagram, and she does these tirades and these rants. While this is going on, Nikki posts a meme, a picture of Michael Jackson, where he's like hanging out the car window, no caption, no text, no anything. Cardi more than likely let her fans hype her up about it because Cardi and Nikki don't follow each other, right? So Cardi let her fans hype her up, which she typically does. The real issue between Cardi and Nikki are their fans. It's their stands. That is the real issue between Cardi and Nikki. My timeline on Twitter this morning, because they like to show you what you might want to see, show me who I follow, and it has been tons of Cardi fan pages talking shit about Nikki the entire day. To the point where I had to mute them because I don't like what is going on. So now Cardi sees this post. She tweets Nikki, responds to the post, and said, take your man to a park and leave me alone. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If Nikki were to say something back to Cardi about Offset cheating or whatever, I wouldn't feel sorry for her, and this is why. Cardi has made it her mission to talk shit about Nikki and Kenneth's relationship. Albeit he is a disgusting man that is a registered sex offender, right? It's not a good look for Nikki. We all know that. It's not a good look for Nikki whatsoever. However, Nikki being married to that man has literally nothing to do with me. I have always felt that Cardi, and Nikki does too, but Cardi lets her fans hype her up so much. And I think that's where that initial beef started. Cardi lets people get in her ear too much. Cardi did an interview a couple years ago and explained that she stayed with Offset because her dad, talked her into doing it. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. One, for your father. Why would he talk you into staying with somebody that is cheating on you? But two, for you, Cardi, to even do it. There are people that think that Cardi and Offset are doing this for publicity. I don't think so. The way Cardi was screaming and cussing and going on that Instagram live just today, just a couple hours ago, that shit was real. That was 1,000% real. I don't think that Cardi was doing that facetiously. I don't think that Cardi was doing that for attention whatsoever. I don't. But that's just me. So, Cardi did announce that she has a new album coming that is called Trap Selena. I don't know what to believe. I think that Cardi needs to take some time away from social media, get herself together, get her family together, figure out what it is she wants to do, and then come back. And because what's going to happen is Cardi's fans are going to hype her up to self-implode. You know what I mean? I saw people say Cardi's going out bad. Cardi's been going out bad, if you ask me, because Cardi's doing everything but putting out good music. Cardi focuses too much on everything else. The same fans that she cussed, I will never forget, she told a fan, I hope your mom dies. I will never forget that. Because they asked why she wasn't at the Met Gala. This is why, Cardi has been, to me, personal wise, right? But people see that she still gets endorsements here or there, and they're like, no, you're wrong, Tammy, no. This meltdown on Instagram? No. So, what do y'all think about this? I know some people think it's fake. Do y'all think it's fake? I don't. I think whatever her and Offset are going through right now is legitimate, is real. I wish them all the best. That's the best I can do. Wish them all the best. Finally, Tamar. I'm not even going to stay on Tamar that long because I feel like Tamar is just a wasted talent that is doing everything she can to be looked at as everything but a singer. Tamar was dating this man, JR, from the Queen's Court, okay? She's dating this white man. Remember, Tamar's car got broken into. During that time, Tamar said she didn't feel safe. No one had her back. All this yin, yin, yang. All this. We found out that Tamar and JR broke up. It was alleged Tamar moved back in with her mom. Why doesn't Tamar have a place? Why doesn't Tamar have the money to get a place? There are a lot of questions that I have, but whatever. Tamar is on tour right now for the Love and War 10-year anniversary. And it's like, Tamar, while that was a good album, phenomenal album, I remember when the album came out, I also kind of feel like, why are you doing a 10-year anniversary tour for this? Why are you focusing on this as opposed to putting out new music? Nonetheless. So, Tamar is somehow beefing with Tommy from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. How, why, what, where, I missed that. But they're beefing. So while Tamar and JR are broken up, JR takes Tommy to a Hawks game. So I break up and you take out my ops to a Hawks game, right? Whatever happens. Tamar and JR are now back together. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? So they're back together. And this is why this is called Look at This Here. Because that's how I felt when Tamar and JR got back together and they're posting apologies and all this bullshit on Instagram. What did you leave us out of the group chat? So they're back together, okay? Tamar sits her ass on stage and calls Tommy a crackhead. Now, here's the thing. If Tommy run up on you and show you what it is, you don't say nothing back. There was no excuse for you to call this lady a crackhead. I'm sorry. Zero excuse. Zero excuse. So Tommy gets wind of this. Tommy goes live on Instagram. And Tommy tells her, JR been pillow talking about you. Don't get mad at me. Be mad at your dude that's telling me this, that, and the other about you. About how you don't have any money. About how you don't have this. About how you don't have that. Your dude is pillow talking about you after breaking up with you, going and taking your ops out on a date. Then the audacity to fuck her and then pillow talk about you to turn around and go back to you. It's like, Tamar, what are we doing and why are we doing it? What's going on here, sis? What's going on? Like, seriously. So Tamar's back with this man. Everything Tommy said was true tea. Every single thing. Don't get mad at Tommy. Get mad at JR for running his mouth. JR said, I did. I apologize for everything I said. It's too late, fool. So now Tamar's beefing with some other people on her team. LaTroy gets on Twitter today, says that Tamar didn't pay him from some work. Here's my thing, LaTroy. Did she hire you to get that video made? Or did you get the video made because you were on her team, you were her friend at the time, and now you're asking for money? There are more details that are missing about that. I personally always think it's lame for people, you were her friend a couple days ago. So now don't all of a sudden want to sit on Twitter and blast her. That's lame shit. That's lame. Anybody that's bigging him up for doing that, you lame too. There are people I have fallen out with. I would still never in a million years think of getting on here and telling their business. I would never get on Twitter and tell their business. I would never get on Twitter and try to blast them. I never would. That's lame. That's sucker shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's foul. Tamar, get your shit together. Get everything together. Clear everything up. You need to get your team solid. Get your team tight. Because this is not a good look for you in any capacity. Any way you shake it, Tamar is the epitome of going out bad. A wasted talent. Tamar can act. Tamar can sing. Tamar can write. She has a pen. But Tamar's doing everything but being a singer. She want to be an Instagram influencer so bad. She wants to be a reality star so bad. Be the singer that you are. Stay out the bullshit like you're too old for this. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But let me know what you guys thought about all of these topics down below. I know I missed some stuff, but again, these are just my reactions to these stories. Leave some comments down below. If you haven't already, don't forget, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.